You're watching / listening to the McAllister Hours. I'm your host, as always, Cole McAllister. I'm recording this for the second time because I'm a fucking dumbass. I didn't hit fucking... Am I hitting record? Yes. I'm hitting record. It's going. We're doing that. This is a replacement episode for the live stream that we usually do every Saturday at 3. This will still be up Saturday at 3, but won't be live. Just like the last one. I've been a fucking piece of shit. I know it. So this week, Molly was really sick. And she had a lot of... and I feel really bad because tomorrow's her birthday. So there's a very good chance that she's going to be sick on her birthday, which is one of the worst scenarios that you can be in. But she was sick all this week with throat, mostly stiffness, and she had a really bad headache, which I don't, so that's a good sign. But I had sore throat today, or yesterday. I woke up with more of a sore throat today. I have to work. So I had to cancel 2 things this weekend. I think just with everything with COVID, which is good. I think there has been a lot more awareness amongst people in general being sick, people not wanting to be sick. I think those are good things ultimately. So anyways, I guess it wasn't me trying to cop out, take the weekend off. It was just, it was purely I don't want people to get sick. I don't think people, it's something that's very conscious in our mind, But anyways, so I apologize to G7 and Jordan Rand. I guess Dirt Nasty. What he has another moniker or whatever, or stage name. They're rebranding. I don't remember what it was. But I feel bad for canceling because I'm always so strict about like people just not showing up, people canceling. Unless it's, I guess I'm pretty understanding with sickness. Actually, but like if it's just like, I don't know, like this last month I've been dealing with a lot of, oh hey, I forgot work. Hey, I'm gonna be out of town. I'm gonna be in Los Angeles. It's my birthday. Why? How would you not know it was your fucking birthday? Anyways, so I try not to be such a dick. Trying to be such a dick about all that. But anyways, here we are. So no live stream. We're just doing this. God, it always sucks when you fucking forget to record. When you forget to hit that record button. I had probably like a solid 10 minutes where I was just going off. I was actually in a fucking groove, man. I was actually in a groove. All right. It's kind of weird back here. I'm in my backyard in suburbia, not in bitchy West Des Moines suburbia. I can't stand that shit. I was actually just over there. I was over there last weekend. I was at my family's, and I've been really worried about having a discussion about COVID. I only had one discussion with my father. It was all right. Here's the thing, man. I'm young. I know I'm literally saying this as I'm sick right now, so it sounds really hypocritical, but I'm young. Statistics show that my age group has a very minimal chance. Here's my analogy. Dave Smith, and part of the problem, makes this analogy a lot, and I probably listen to him an obsessive amount. Being this scared of COVID is like being scared to cross the street because you're going to get hit by a car. And this is even a better example of this, or relation to this. I live on one of the busiest streets in Des Moines. I have to cross the street all the time to jackasses going 50 miles an hour. I get my mail every day. I've almost been hit a couple times. So I guess what it really comes down to, really comes down to is an assessment of risk. And really, the only person that falls upon is yourself. The only one. I'm sorry. That's it. That's the only way. It's the only person that matters. Or in that mind, if everyone thinks, that's not true, but if everyone thinks of themselves instead of worrying about others, the problem will solve itself. If you are someone who's scared for really high risk, don't go places. Don't do things. If you are that scared, don't. I've been saying this since the beginning. Since the beginning of this goddamn thing, when people were saying everyone needs to do this, 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 this. No, you can do this, 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 this. Because that's the only thing you can control. Doesn't matter who says what. People are still gonna. If you go into a grocery store, you can't just go to a grocery store and expect it to be safe and for your grocery, to be able to get groceries fine and dandy. You can't take that on society. You can't take that out on people. Whatever. We're going way off tangent. Anyways, so I didn't have to deal with a lot of that shit. I know the animosity's there, but I still love you guys. All right. Time's getting sick. I just have a couple things. I don't know. I'm trying to make this entertaining because it's not the live stream. I had this anecdote before I started. It's like if Joe Rogan asked himself the same questions that he asked his guests. It wouldn't be near as interesting. Like, there's some of those times where people go to the bathroom. Well, during bathroom breaks he's okay, but like I just can't even imagine like what, because he has conversations with such intelligent people. But I can't even imagine like because there's so many dumbed down episodes. I can't decide what. I feel like it would just be a marijuana haze of thoughts, which is a lot like what we do here. So I guess my point being, I don't know how good this will be. Anyways, times being sick. I was actually really sick beginning of the year. No, not beginning of this year. Beginning of last year. End of February, I believe. I was really, really fucking sick. I think this is where I was at before I did realize I wasn't recording. Really, really fucking sick. I was like couch ridden for 3 days. I just watched movies the whole time. I didn't game or nothing. Still smoked weed throughout that because why the fuck not? And I guess that was more of a stomach thing, so that wouldn't really have affected it. For this sickness for my throat, I'm definitely going to keep smoking, and it's definitely going to make me be sick longer. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. You know why? Because even though I'll be sick longer, I'll still feel better being sick with it than without it. Oh my God. I have always had a horrible time being sick because I've never really been someone who gets sick a lot. I've always been kind of like the maybe once every 2 years kind of guy. But when I get sick, I get really fucking sick. Throwing up, done. I really hope that this won't be that because I have a job now where like if I'm sick, there's no one else to cover me. I'm fucked, essentially. That's not really true, but it's pretty rare to be able to get away with that. Anyways, but last year I was sick. I was bedridden for like 3 days. It was just fucking. It was just stomach shit. I don't even know how the fuck I got it. But it was weird because I was freaking out because it was right at the beginning of COVID. So I was freaking out the whole time. I think it was COVID. I did a virtual doctor's appointment because they instituted that, and they were like, "No, yeah, it's not COVID." And that's something. Going back to COVID, that's not something that nobody ever talks about. Is like I knew so many motherfuckers who were sick with other shit when COVID hit. Like people just forget that like there's a time of season where those illnesses come to fruition. I see. Molly is like the medical person. She knows more about this than I do. Anyways, but speaking of Molly, it was weird because we weren't dating then. We were just like fuck buddies, but we were good friends. Like basically we were dating, but I was fucking other people was how it was going. Which yeah, I that was the and she's a fucking trooper for sticking through me with that because I don't think any other woman would. I to this day I'm like, why the fuck are you still here? Like, why didn't she just like why didn't you leave? Like, there were so many times where she could have left. She should have left maybe, 'Cause I was being an asshole. I was like, I was newly divorced. I'm like, I'm going for the fucking bachelor life, man. I'm fucking all these hoes. And then, I just realized I couldn't. I just realized I couldn't do that. Anyways, back to sickness. But yeah, I've always had a horrible time being sick. I remember one time when I was a kid, I actually I would get really bad fevers when I was an adolescent, probably from 5 to 10. 5 years old, 10 years old ish, around that area. I would have these periods, very rarely, where I'd get really sick. I would be bedridden, and I'd have a really bad fever, really high fever, and I would actually fuck, I can't see me. God, this is so weird. It's always so weird when living in this yard. Now the dog's gonna go over there and see what's going on. It's gonna be even more obvious. But it helps I'm in the back of the yard, maybe. Going through the front door. God damn it. Fucking ADD. Stoner brain. But no, I would hallucinate really bad. And I would see Barney. There was a time where there was a little miniature Barney that appeared on the floor, and then he was running around my bed and trying to crawl up. But he it wasn't something that calmed me or I thought was friendly. It freaked me out. So I'm writhing around in bed, fucking freaking out. I would hallucinate like that, like crazy. And it wasn't until I took acid a few times where I was like, oh, this is where the dots kind of connect. Not like I was on acid, but when you hallucinate, when you hallucinate both in the drug sense and in a natural sense, you see a lot of parallels. Like the lights, the how you feel in the moment's a lot similar, very similar. Oh, itchy butt. Yeah, being sick. There was a time where there was a couple times, because I always tell people this. I usually have a really good immune system. I've always been someone that like I said, when I get sick, I get really sick, but I don't get sick often. And if I ever have a mild what I have now, I'm hoping this will be away in a couple days. Molly has been sick forever. Well, and part of it too with her, she doesn't wear a mask at work. So she wore a mask at work and she died. I think she's gonna stay home again today. Yeah, they don't give fuck you. We don't care. We want the mask. If it's gonna make you worse, we still don't give a shit. Paying the same, buddy. But yeah, I used to not get sick, and my whole family gets sick. I remember having to make peanut butter cracker sandwiches and grilled cheese for my entire sick family, my entire house, going up to everyone, being the only one going to school and come back, or being sick. I mean, it only happened once or twice. I'm being over dramatic, obviously, per usual, because I'm a podcaster. That's what we do. Yeah, that was being sick. This week has been awful. Fucking awful. I mentioned Molly being sick. So here's all the things I managed to have happen this week. I broke my dab pen. We broke the TV. Our cat broke our TV. Our cat probably, and our dog. I blame the cat because as a human instinct, when a crime is committed and there's a person on the crime scene, there tends to be that instinctual justification or association with that being the criminal. But it could very well have been Duke as well, because they fuck around that step. Basically, how our place is set up is we have upstairs, and then we have a basement, and so double level, whatever the fuck you call that. There's stairs, and there's So we have the TV in that corner, and then they hit the back of the TV. The entire fucking thing comes crashing down. Movies, TV's busted, fucking players, everything done. I haven't even checked if half of that still works. I was pissed. I was that the same? That might have been the same night. Yeah, I think those did happen. Did happen the same night. Yes, they did. Oh my gosh, this has been such a crazy week. Oh my god. So yeah, I broke my dab pen and my TV in the same night. So I literally had, or no, maybe it was back to back. Anyway, I didn't have any weed. So all I had was a couple beers, and I was like this close to just like shutting down. I just went to the fridge, popped a beer. I'm like, let's just go the fuck to bed. I don't even care. And then Molly was like, she really likes to resolve situations quickly. So, she was like, I'll take care of this. I'll take care of that. So then I took the TV and I threw it away. I know you're supposed to drop out of that place, but I don't care. The world's fucked anyways. I didn't want to deal with it. Because I'm a selfish prick. And what were we talking about? Oh, my awful week. Was that really it? Oh, at work, all my alarms are going off. And that freaked me out. Yeah, that wasn't near as exciting as I thought it would be. I'm sorry. I did just wake up. I'm trying to do this. I know I probably seem okay right now, but I can feel it coming on. I woke up this morning, my throat's worse. I'm like, I just got to knock this podcast out today. Because if I wait till tomorrow, this is going to be worse and my voice is going to sound like shit. Fuck, how long have we been going? 17 minutes. That might not even be a bad length. Because, I mean, it's like I said, like, who the fuck wants to watch this, right? Did you guys hear about that? Fuck. I'm sure everybody has. Well, that's not true. I was at work, and they keep leaving CNN on, which is hilarious. And you can just tell they weren't talking about it. It should be, because it should be the thing that everyone's talking about. Like, are you fucking kidding me? The guy who literally created the madness that we've been living for the last year and a half, both at financial incentive and direct. We have actual evidence that he knew about these certain leaks, leak theories, hypotheses. He didn't do anything about it. And yeah, all that shit. I mean, the motherfucker should be in prison. I mean, really. He should be in prison. He should be in jail. Like, no doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind. The motherfucker created this thing that we've been living for the last year and a half. We see that, we could have made different assessments about how to go about this based on the information that he lied about and chose not to disclose to us, which is his job. You can make arguments. I mean, these social media companies are essentially governments. You can at least make arguments about them giving or not giving information. You cannot give an argument about this guy. This guy is the guy. This guy is the guy to do this shit. It's the only logical. But you know what's interesting? I heard yesterday. He's actually the highest paid government employee. He is paid more than the president. God damn, man. President should not be making six figures. Motherfucker should be, if he's making six figures, it should be like the minimum, like absolute, like 100,000. A measly 100,000. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, I realize there's no point bitching about it because I have no control. Nothing will happen per usual. All we can do is vote. Vote and smoke weed. That's what I do. Yeah, that fucking Dave Smith guy's gonna run for president, supposedly. I would definitely vote for him. I would vote for him unless, like, I don't know, if shit got dire, I might not. Because, I don't know, at this point, because here's the thing, there's gonna be a virus. A virus circulates every 2 or 3 years. Every 2 or 3 years there's a new virus. There's the H1N1, there's the different SARS that we've had. You can look at a chart, and these things circulate. They happen like every 2 or 3 years. And what I really question is how much of this is the virus and how much is this just the standard of reaction what we're getting. It's hard to tell. It's hard to. Oh my gosh! I'm just realizing I still have fucking chocolate on my fucking shirt and sauce like a child. I mean, I guess it's fitting for my pothead shirt, but goddamn. Anyways, Dr. Fauci for president, everybody. Sign that fucking petition. Talk about it. Talk about it. I think that's the most important thing. I think we all need to do. We all need to be talking about this shit. It's getting, because the thing I've been holding this in because I just know so many people don't give a shit, which is so sad to me. But like the last month there's been so much crazy shit going on. The thing with Dr. Fauci, the COVID lab leaks, hypothesis like coming to fruition. All that. I can't think of anything else. Those are two. Oh, ivermectin. Yes, the third thing. Ivermectin. How that thing has been discovered to actually have. And I'm probably gonna get take off YouTube for saying that. How that thing has been. Maybe if I'm saying it to the end, maybe not. Maybe that thing has. There are studies that show that it's beneficial. That like it does help. And like Dark Horse podcast, I highly recommend if you want like an educated source on that. That's the guy that he interviews experts. He interviews people who actually know what the fuck they're talking about, not me. But yeah, I remember. So those two things have happened, and the entire media has been silent. It's kind of interesting, even because these are the times where you see even the people on the quote unquote right on Fox News and shit, even they've been silent about a lot of this. Tucker Carlson, I'm not sure if he said anything about ivermectin or anything. I don't follow him because I like about 25% what he says. That's how I feel about Tucker Carlson. Yeah. So I guess my point being, talk about it, man. Talk about it. Even if you don't agree with me, even if you think I'm full of shit, talk about it. Have a discussion. And I'm not saying go on Facebook and have a discussion. I'm saying meet in person, call somebody on the phone, have a discussion, do a podcast, do what I'm doing. Get a fucking, save your money, get this for $200. Has 4 inputs. Everything you need is in that little box. Get a couple of these shitty microphones like this. Have a fucking podcast. Have a discussion. Because you know what? There's a million other podcasts out there. You might as fucking well. Every other unemployed loser has a podcast right now. So fucking do it, man. Do it. Talk about this shit. Oh, gosh. Whew. I've exerted a lot of energy for this. I think people are like not going to believe me. I always... Okay. Here's something to talk about. Calling in sick. So, for people who know me and have worked with me will know that what I'm saying about me being sick very few times in the year is different than what they would have suspected. The reason being is I notoriously called in sick a ridiculous amount of times, to the point of being this close to being fired so many times. It's really pathetic how often I got away at dead jobs. I don't know. Did I ever get fired? No, because the only place I got fired from is Jimmy John's. So yeah, I quit. I always quit, and that was the thing about me. It's like I always made sure to quit. When I always felt like they were gonna fire me, I'm like, all right, I'm out of here. Because I was so paranoid about my record. I didn't want to have any job firings. But yeah, I would call in sick constantly. My ex-wife was super possessive and super needy, and there would be times where she would be threatening to kill herself, and she would make me come home. And it was awful. It was awful for my job. It was awful for my relationship. It was just an awful situation. I should have gotten out of that relationship so many years ago. Had that previous, not the one I'm in now, that previous relationship, I should have gotten out previously several years before. And there was a time where oh, that's right. She wanted me to come home all the way from downtown to West Des Moines because she didn't have a lighter because we were smokers. I'm like, I'm sorry I took the last lighter. The gas station is down the street. She refused to walk around the block to buy a lighter. She ended up cutting herself and going to the hospital later that day, and I still didn't dump her. That's how dumb my ass is. Anyways, calling in sick. So yeah, I worked at Palmer's Deli. I don't know if you guys. Terrible company, great food, terrible company. I would call in sick all the fucking time there. But you know that was like a company you could get away with it at because they were too soft. They wouldn't fire anyone. You could literally just say, hey, you know what? I just kind of feel like drinking today. I'm gonna call in, and you can call in, and like half the employees could know that, and they still wouldn't fire. Fuck. I'm trying to think of the people that got fired from Palmer's. I do have a fire story that's kind of funny. I was working at Taco John's once. This wasn't me. This was someone else. I worked at Taco John's in high school for like a year. And I met, that was a great job for me, ultimately. It was a terrible job, but it was a great experience. I met just like... Because when you live in a small town, things are very separated. You think there's divisiveness. You know, people think that the city has its high low income problems, but the difference between a city and a small town, at least in my experience, is that the higher and lower income places, they have to interact with each other on a daily basis. In a small town, that is very easy to separate yourself. It's very easy to pick your specific school, your specific grocery store, your specific church. And staying at home or doing whatever is very easy to avoid. I wouldn't even say lower income, different cultured people. It's very easy to avoid that. Working at Taco John's forced me to interact with every single kind of person that lived in that town. So anyways, there was this guy who worked there. He was an alcoholic, obviously. And there was a time where he actually took money out of the register, went across the street, got like a 6-pack of beer, and was just like chugging beer in the back. I was like, Jesus Christ. Me and the manager's daughter were just both the only ones working. We were just both like, what the fuck's going on? And he like the thing that was really funny, and you can tell this is just like an alcoholic, thinking is like, you could tell he was like that because of the way thought like that. But he said that the manager actually gave him permission for that. So yeah, he said I could take some money from the drawer and go get some stuff across the street, beer. I don't know if he got to take the beer home or not. that would have been, I would have at least done that. But maybe if he's stealing, I don't know, maybe it wouldn't be worth it then. Also, get a fucking bottle of liquor. You fucking dumbass, grabbing beer. Like, if you're gonna steal from the register, go get a fucking bottle of liquor and hide it at least. Don't deal with that later. Maybe alcoholics, and that they're always the ones that fuck each other because they're. Anyway, so he was fired, and the manager had to drive in and fired him. And it was funny, when he came in, he just yeah, man, what's up? There was no expression on his face that would tell that he knew he was busted. He just just yeah, man, hey, what's up? What's up, boss? Sergeant, how you doing? Boss is a weird guy. He worked there all the time, and then oh shit, they're fucking coming. Okay, this might be a good place to wrap up. The fuck? Okay, yeah, we're definitely wrapping up. Stay tuned. Next week, I think we're going to be well on the podcast, and we'll be live, assuming everybody's healthy and well. I hope this has been a fun... Oh, damn, we hit 30. I hope this has been a fun little rant for you guys. I try to make these not super duper long, because I know people don't really want to listen to me that long. And I apologize again to Gabe and Jordan for having to cancel. I don't know how sick I seem, but I promise that I am not feeling well, and I'm doing this to make sure everybody, doesn't get sick. All right, everybody. Have a good night. Peace.